People with anxious attachment styles can often act in ways that seem manipulative. If you're like me, you heard the word manipulative and got scared because you've always equated that with being a bad person. But it doesn't make you.
No, you're not a bad person. You're just an evil, manipulative person. That's what you are. And it's not necessarily you. I understand.
This type of behavior stems from fear of abandonment and unmet emotional needs. The first way this can happen is seeking reassurance through covert means. Instead of directly communicating their needs, an anxiously attached person might use subtle strategies like guilt or excessive people-pleasing to gain that reassurance. For example, I used to get a partner to chase them. I used to start fights with my ex-boyfriend over things that I didn't actually care about, and I knew that he would give me attention for it. It's honestly insane to me now, looking back. He always loved going to the gym at a certain time, so I said, could you go earlier today so we can spend more time together? Since he wasn't an anxiously attached person, he just saw it normally as, I'm just gonna hang out later, it's okay. Because I was an anxiously attached person, I immediately saw that as, he hates me, he doesn't want to spend time with me. What if there's another girl there that goes at the same time and that's why he has to go? So I said, oh, the girl that goes every time at this time, right? Making a joke that wasn't really a joke. Some of you guys know what I mean.
Okay, this is insanely crazy. First of all, she said she has attachment issue and it's abandonment issue. No, it's called being a controlling woman. And the reason why you're like this is because you think it is love because that's how your mom is towards you, controlling in you to get you to do what you want by using your emotions against you and let you feel some type of way so she can get you to do what she wants to do. And you have taken on the spirit of your mama and you think it's actual love, but it's not love, it's actually hate. And you're manipulating this guy to get what you want from him every single time, right? She said something earlier. Let's just go back a little bit. She said something earlier. I want to touch on it.
This time, right? Making a joke that wasn't really a joke. Some of you guys know what I mean.
Yeah, so she said she made a joke about, oh, why you go to the gym always this time? Is there a girl that go there and that's why you go that time? And the reason why she came up with this analogy is because she's in her thoughts. And the thoughts drive her to do things. And by the thoughts driving her to do things, she has the thought, then the emotion, and then the action follows. So she's making plans with the devil, which is your thoughts. And the devil is going to give you thoughts left and right. It's going to give you one, then it's going to give you another one. And you're going to follow it. And then it's going to lead you to sadness or happiness first, then sadness. And you like that roller coaster ride. And she used the emotionally controlling part to get the guy to not go to the gym. Interesting, isn't it?
Obviously, it started an argument. When he was on the way to the gym, he drove back home, said, come over. May have gotten what I wanted, but
what a mess, huh? Man, anytime your woman is arguing with you or try to argue with you, just leave her in her hell. Leave her, let her argue with herself. Let her say with anything she wants. Don't even respond to her. Because look, the guy's going to the gym. She sent him a message or whatever. He respond. She turned it into an argument to get an emotional reaction from him so she can now manipulate him to do what she wants. Because now, as a guy that you shouldn't have feelings about because your mom have imposed her will onto you and your dad wasn't there to protect you, you start sympathizing with her. You're starting to feel bad, and now she can control you.
it was an evening filled with resentment on his part. Obviously, you just want to have an hour or two to yourself at the gym, and I wouldn't give that to him. I was putting my need to be reassured over his need to do something for himself. I should have been straight up and told him, hey, whenever you push off us hanging out, it makes me feel like you don't care about me as much or you don't prioritize me as much as the other things in your life. He could have then easily told me, no, that's not the case. I love you so much. I just need time for myself.
So with her telling him that, oh, I feel like you don't love me anymore, you don't prioritize me. So it seems like the way this relationship started off is like he giving her all this attention and validation to get her to to make her feel good, and he was controlling her from the start. He was like his mama, controlling her, using feelings to get this girl. And once he got her, you have to continually doing that, because if you stop doing that, the hell is gonna come out of her. I know a lot of you guys have probably dealt with this, where you're like, you met her girl, everything is going so well, you're so happy, and then she starts saying, oh, things are not the same anymore. Because guess what? Now you're probably not doing what you used to do. The way you get her, now her feelings have changed. See what I'm saying? And now she used that to get the guy to come over and not go to the gym. And it's not necessarily her. It's not necessarily her, because I understand what's happening with her. But she needs to work in herself. She needs to go forgive her mom and forgive her dad for not protecting her from her mom. She has a spirit of her mom. Her mom lied to her, manipulate her. And yes, the guy may have come to spend time with you, but because you manipulated him to get there, of course he's going to resent you, because you're just like his mom, the exact way his mom would manipulate him and control him using emotion to get him to do what she wants. And now you're doing the same thing as his girlfriend, because that's the same way you, the girl here, have been taught to show love. But it's not love, it's hate.
Could have saved us both headaches. Next is testing the relationship. An anxiously attached person might test their partner's loyalty by provoking reactions and exaggerating responses just to see how much their partner cares. Remember, these behaviors stem from insecurity, not for a need to control. So while this doesn't inherently make you a bad person, realizing that you're doing these actions to manipulate somebody, doing nothing about it, is grounds for making you a bad person. A lot.
It's definitely a means of controlling. She wants to know that the feelings are there, the initial feelings that were first there when you guys met. She's going to do everything possible to get it out of you. She's going to argue with you. She's going to bring up things that you do in the past. She's going to put tests on you. She's going to do all of these crazy things because she's in her thoughts. And you can agree with me that you get thoughts, like a lot of thoughts in one day, right? And you act on them. Same thing she's doing. She can't help herself but act on these thoughts that she's having because she's traumatized. So she overthink things. She do all of these crazy things to get an emotional reaction from her partner, which makes her feel satisfied, which makes her feel good. It's like a dopamine hit, and it's going to last for a while, and then she needs another one, which is crazy. And if you ever have to test your partner, just end the relationship. It's not going to work, because things that are going to work is just going to happen naturally. You're working on yourself. She's working on herself. You both are seeking after God. You both put God first. So you're not looking for validation from her, and she's not looking for validation from you. But it seems like she's the type of woman that will look for validation and attention from any man, because she's not going to get it from you. So she's going to go and find it because you're not giving it to her. She wants that validation and love, that fake love and feeling that her mom instilled in her from a kid growing up, and she've identified with it for so long. She needs to keep getting it because she's not working on herself to overcome it and the feelings.
Inevitably, your partner's going to fail these tests because nobody's perfect, and all it's going to do is give you more stuff to overthink about without any grounds, because it never even mattered in the first place, because you made it up. Fear of expressing direct need.
She said, because you made it up. Of course, you're in your thoughts making up stuff that will never happen. Have you ever made a plan in your head, like a thought, you need to go somewhere or do something, and you plan it that you're going to do it this way, and you're going to get this outcome, or this is going to happen, and you're just making up stuff. You're conspiring, you're trusting in yourself. You're trusting in your thoughts, which is the devil. Right? Let the will of the Lord guide it. Don't have an opinion on it. Just let it happen. But she's doing that, which shows she's crazy. She's manipulative and she's a crazy woman. You want to run away from her.
Needs. Many anxiously attached people feel they'll be shamed because you made it up. Fear of Inevitably, your partner's going to fail these tests because nobody's perfect, and all it's going to do is give you more stuff to overthink about without.
Yes, exactly. It's going to give you more stuff to overthink because she's going to give you these tests. You're going to fail them. And she's going to judge you by them. And she's always going to have that in the back of her head. That's how she's going to judge you and know that you're a weak man. That's how. She's going to use it against you. 100% she's going to use it against you. And she will never forget.
Without any grounds, because it never even mattered in the first place, because you made it up. Fear of expressing direct needs. Many anxiously attached people feel they'll be shamed or rejected if they openly ask for love. They'll try to elicit care indirectly by making their partner feel responsible for their emotions, but your fear of rejection is stopping you from having peaceful love. A lot of girls will say, I want flowers, but I don't want to have to tell a man to get me flowers. I realize that a lot of men didn't have good fathers in their lives.
Before we even move on, if you're in a relationship and you're going to rely on not partner. Partner means, I won't even say the word. If you're in a relationship and you're going to rely on your woman or your guy to make you feel good or validate you, that relationship is bound to fail. Because anytime that person doesn't give you what you want, you are so evil, you're going to turn against that person. You're going to judge them and you're going to turn against them. You have no love. You have no such thing that is love. If love smack you in the face like a bat or a hammer or an axe and chip somewhere of you, you wouldn't even know that it's there because you don't know what it is.
By example, and they don't know that that's what you're supposed to do. Or even maybe they had mothers who hated flowers, and that's also the example that was led to them.
What? So you're telling me buying you flowers and make you feel good is loving you? See, I told you if a love smacked her in the face, she wouldn't know what love is. So you're telling me buying you flowers, take you out to nice dinner, traveling, take you to the beach, get you anything you want when you want it, accommodating your feelings when you want me to be there or whatever. You're relying on me to make you feel good. What a mess, huh? Is that love? And I get it. It's because guys, they've been brainwashed and they've been programmed and they've been taught love by their mom the wrong way. So they've been traumatized and they're like, oh, I need to do all of these nice things to keep a woman, to make her feel good, right? To make them feel good so you can keep the relationship. But guess what happens when you don't do it? The devil is going to come out of her. And guess what? You don't do it, you don't keep the relationship how it was when it started with all of these nice things and doing all of these nice gestures and everything. She's going to go find the other guy that's going to do more and do it consistently. But guess what? That relationship won't work either because she's relying on someone to make her feel good. But you guys, when you go on dates, you take these girls to these high-end restaurants, to these extravagant trips and hotels and bars and all of these things, and you make her feel good and you think she loves you. No, she's actually controlling you. She's in her head, I got this one wrapped around my finger just where I want him to be, because she's manipulating you. And guess what? She's gonna know your weakness, because you're a weak man when you do all of these things. She's gonna know you're weak. And whenever she's gonna leave, you're gonna like, no, don't go. I did everything. I love you so much. I did this for you, I did that for you. But it's not love, is it now? And the more you try to keep her, the more she wants to get away from you because you're weak. And she knows you're weak. She's going to think you're a loser. Leave her. And if she wants to go, you should just let her go. Don't try to keep her because the more you try to keep her, the more she's want to go. Just let her go and work on yourself. That's exactly what you need to do in this situation. Work on yourself and let her go. Because it's never going to get better. You're going to go chase after another girl again and do the same thing. You're going to end up in the same situation again because you're chasing after a woman. You shouldn't even chase after a woman. She will come naturally to you. And she will be, and the way when she comes to you, things will happen naturally. And she'll be ready.
In situations like these, you have to take your ego out of it. Tell your partner what you want. The first couple of times, it may not seem real. You feel like, oh, I wish I didn't have to tell him to do this. 6 months from now, whenever he's getting you flowers periodically, you're gonna forget you ever asked in the first place. It's either that or resent him until you guys ultimately break up. And if you ask him to do something and he doesn't do it, then wise person won.
She just said get ego out of the way. You have nothing but ego and pride. You just said if you told him to do something and he doesn't do it, cut him. That's your ego, that's your pride, that's him not validating you. And that's you want to still control the situation because you want him to do it when you want it, and you want it now. And guys fall for a woman like this because what? Oh, she's beautiful. What else is there? Nothing, because you lost stuff to her and get her, and you don't know that she's manipulating the crap out of you. And when you don't do what she wants, when you can't keep up and doing what you were doing when you met her, guess what she's gonna do? Cut you and go find another guy that's gonna do it. And when that same guy is not doing the same thing, she's gonna cut him again. It's gonna be a cycle. And any guy she end up with, she's gonna destroy that guy. And it's gonna be a cycle. That's it. A never ending cycle. And I feel sorry for the guy she's gonna end up with and have kids with. Guess whoa, she's gonna destroy those kids. And she's gonna destroy the guy, especially if she end up with a divorce. She will end up with a divorce with him, and it's just gonna be crazy. She's gonna use the kids against him. Because you didn't do what I want. So now I'm going to use the kids to destroy you. And guess who get destroyed in the situation? The kids. That's a mess, huh? What the?
Said to me, you're not willing to leave over this, don't bring it up a bunch of times. Because all you're doing is causing unnecessary fights. You have to either love yourself enough to leave for somebody who is going to meet those expectations, or stop wasting your breath. After you've brought it up 3 times,
buddy, you don't even know what love is.
just ask yourself, is this a non-negotiable for me? Is this something that I absolutely need in a husband or wife? If it is, then consider leaving. And if it's not, then stop starting fights you can't stand on top of.
You shouldn't want nothing from your husband and wife. Just know that God, man, then woman. Women are helpmate. They were created to help a man. Remember when God made Adam? God made man, Adam, in his own image of godlikeness, specific image of God, and God inhale life in him, right? And then Adam was doing his work, everything was fine, and God said, you know what? Let's make you a woman. Instead of me making people and making this, let's make you a woman so you guys can marry and have kids. And be fruitful and whatever, right? That happened. Put a sleep on Adam, take the rib of Adam, close up the flesh, and brought forth a woman. So who should lead a relationship? A man or a woman? A man. And if you are a man and you're listening to your woman, anytime you listen to the woman, you're gonna suffer. And if every single time you're going to suffer because the woman have made the thoughts, which is the devil, because she's so emotions are not from God. Because she listened to her thoughts and she get the feeling, then she do the action. She've made the devil her God because she start listening to the devil. And the man start listening to the woman. That's backwards. And that's why Adam was cursed upon from his father, God. We men need to leave the woman alone and go back to God. We know the truth. The truth is from God. God give you wisdom and knowledge, and you pass it down from yourself to the mother, to the kids. That's how it's worked. If the mom is doing it, it's from the devil to her to the husband. That's backwards. That is so backwards, and it will never work that way. That's why stuff like this always happen.
Before any relationship, you have to love yourself enough to be able to walk away. If not, it's just going to become a toxic situation.
Bro, toxic. I don't even know what word. You're just crazy.
Vigilance. Anxious attachments are sensitive to changes in their partner's behavior, leading them to interpret small actions as rejection.
So if he does any small little things, you're gonna interpret that, and you're gonna create a thought in your head, and you're gonna go crazy on him. What a mess, huh? Look at this beautiful girl. She's been traumatized, and she's a crazy woman.
Too much. Get a Q-tip. I'm not too mad about it. Back to the point, they might preemptively act out, thinking that they're saving their feelings. For example, lashing out about a text that's taken out of context without allowing your partner to explain themselves. If you come across a situation like this, stop yourself before you lash out and think, is this worth throwing away the relationship over even if I'm wrong? Because you never know which bad fight could end something.
Why are you lashing out over a text? Why? People have no peace, huh? Pure hell, man. Pure hell. What a mess. Listen, if you get a text, we're gonna have an opinion on it. Why are you gonna get mad over a text? If she says something you don't like, okay, that's it. She's looking for an emotional reaction, and when you can understand that's what women feed off of, you will let it go and let God take it away from you. But to get rid of it, you have to go and forgive your mom and dad. You have to, because they're the one that did this to you. And by you forgiving them, you're going to be able to let go of it. And you're going to start seeing things so clear. So clear. You will be surprised. You're going to see the evil things that people do in this world just so they can control you and get an emotional reaction from you. It's astounding. I'm telling you.
A little bit more blush because I don't like the way it looks. If your nervous system is suddenly telling you that something's wrong, think to yourself, am I being irrational right now? Your partner walks through the door and seems upset. Think about what situation they might have just encountered. Imagine coming home from a long day at work. You're very obviously upset. And instead of having a space to decompress, you walk in being bombarded with questions like, are you mad at me? Did I do something? The person might not have done anything wrong. You're still going to be annoyed because you just had an awful day. We're all human and we all do things that we regret. It's up to you to fix these behaviors.
Or if your husband walked through the door, or your wife, and she looks some type of way, have no opinion on it because you have no idea what's going on. She just said, oh, think about the day that they have. You don't know what happened. So why are you going to go in your thoughts? The devil's going to let you think you know what's happening, and then it's going to tell you to go do something. You're going to go do it. And then snap again. Now you think it was good in the start, and now it leads you down a path to where you're going crazy on him or he's going crazy on you, which none of you should. But guess what? For the purpose of this video, yes, of course you guys gonna be emotionally driven. You shouldn't be, but most people are. So emotionally driven, now you have a fight on your hand, which you should never fight with your woman. If she wants to fight, let her fight with herself. Let the hell come through her, and you just sit there, watch it, and just laugh at it. Because what else can you do? You're going to go fight with her so she get an emotional drag from you? She's going to use it against you? It's going to be like two women fighting. You know who she remind me of? You remind me of this story in the Bible of when John the Baptist. So she would be a representative of the woman in this story. So imagine her, right? She was married. She's with your brother-in-law, and then she divorced you to marry your brother-in-law for policy reason and for politics, right? She divorced him, right? And John the Baptist, which is an advisor to the king, said, it's not lawful for you to sleep with your brother's wife, because she divorced his brother to marry him. And because he said that to the king, she ended up having a grudge against John the Baptist, and she's going to plan to kill him, right? She couldn't figure out how to kill him, so she convinced the king to have him locked up and put in prison. That did happen. Now, here comes the king. He's throwing a party, like for his commander and generals, right? Just a party, enjoyment. And the king daughter, that would be this woman's kid, she's dancing, and because she danced so well and pleased his commander and his general, he said to her, I promise you, whatever you need, whatever you want, I'll give it to you. Even if it's half of my kingdom, I'll give it to you. She's like, ooh, she run to her mother, which is this woman. Crazy, right? Look how crazy women are. Run to her mom and ask her mom, what should I ask for? And she said to her daughter, ask for the head of John the Baptist. And she went there and said to her dad, I want the head of John the Baptist on a platter. And because the king gave his word, right? And his official and generals are there, he couldn't deny it. But he chose not to. He ordered the guy that does this work to go to the prison and behead John the Baptist and bring it on a platter. And it did happen. And he gave it to the daughter, and the daughter took it and go and give it to her mother. See how wicked people are? Especially women. She held a grudge because she left his brother and married his brother-in-law and now married to him. It's not lawful in the eyes of God. And because he said that, she has a grudge against him. Because it's true. Isn't that interesting? Never listen to a woman. Anytime you listen to a woman, you will suffer the consequences. You're the man you're meant to lead. Don't take on a woman that won't listen and can't follow instruction. She's going to be prideful, egotistic, all these other things. And she's going to open up your home for destruction to come in your home. Because these women are just like women in the Bible. Read the Bible and you will see all of these things coming from a mile away. You won't take advantage of like this because you will have discernment.